Syndicate just responded to all the allegations recently, and I gotta say, this shit is really adding up for him at this point. If you guys don't know though, Syndicate, he's a really popular YouTuber, really popular streamer. Recently he's been getting accused of a lot of rape allegations from another streamer, Zombie Unicorn, and then also his ex from like 5 years ago is now like making a video on how he apparently raped her. And as I said in my other video, Syndicate said he would be responding in the next few days, next upcoming days, with all this allegation drama going on. And he didn't respond with a YouTube video, he just responded with a Twitter statement that clears the air, and he claimed that all the allegations were false. I was shocked and sickened by the false allegations made against me on Sunday by two women I once called friends. I promised I would respond, and now I want the people to know the truth. Let me start by saying I stand by and fully support the women who are courageous enough to speak up because they have been raped or sexually abused. The hashtag #MeToo movement has empowered victims, and that is such an important, necessary, and valuable thing. But this is something completely different. This is character assassination by social media without evidence to support it or any justification. These two women have chosen to make horrendous allegations against me for reasons I do not understand, attempting to stage a public trial without giving me a chance to defend myself. I do not want to get personal, I simply just want to stick to the facts. I had consensual sex with Natalia Casanova in 2016. I did not pin her down, I did not use any force against her, I did not rape her. We discussed it and both agreed as a precaution that she would take the morning after pill, which is what happened. This was a decision we both made together. It was not one-sided or forced. I was in a relationship with Caitlin Witcher in 2012 when we both were teenagers, and I loved her very much. We never had a full sexual relationship because she made it clear that was not what she wanted, and I respected that. The allegations she made against me are completely false. I know she has been through some tough times in her life, and I always considered her to be a good person, but these claims she made against me are entirely wrong. I have nothing but sympathy for victims of sexual and physical abuse. I share in their rage, and I want abusers to be called out and held accountable. But when you are falsely accused of being an abuser, you cannot just sit back and accept the incorrect allegations being made against you. You have to tell the truth and hope that people will listen, which is what I'm doing right now. I understand that asserting my innocence will be difficult for some, and I apologize if this is a trigger for anybody who is a victim of abuse. I wish both Natalia and Caitlin no ill will, but I also hope you understand that I can't allow false and deeply damaging stories to circulate about me without responding. So yeah, exactly how I said in my other video, he didn't have any surveillance cameras or whatever the fuck to actually prove that they're wrong, but he's just claiming that they're not right, and they actually don't have enough evidence to prove that they're right in the first place, so he's in the clear. And also, something pretty interesting for a different side of the story is that he claimed that Zombie Unicorn and him agreed that she would take the pill so she wouldn't get pregnant the morning after, which does make sense. That definitely does add up, and with the other information I'm about to say, I completely believe that Zombie Unicorn and the ex are completely making this shit up, and I think Syndicate is in the clear. So at this point, if you're that immature that you can't listen to another person's opinion, just drop that dislike, save your fucking stupid comments, because I don't want to read it or respond to it. Just drop a dislike and leave the video. I don't care enough to respond to you. But if you are still here, congratulations, you have half of a brain cell, and you could actually listen to anyone else's opinion other than yourselves. So after I made the video about Syndicate a few days ago, Zombie Unicorn has made a lot of tweets claiming that she has evidence that this actually did happen, when in reality, the evidence that she has actually proves Syndicate's point even further. She tweets out, "I cannot go back into time and film what happened to me. Rape apologists trying to discredit victims are disgusting. Thank you to many friends and strangers who believe and support victims relieving their trauma. This is for the disbelievers." And she attaches this video of her and Syndicate having a text conversation that apparently is supposed to prove her point that this is evidence. "Hey, I forgot you're in the UK, but why, lol? I texted you good news, as in no babies, so we good fam. Don't have my US phone with me, homie. Yeah, just figured. Then the news is good news. lol. But I just thought you should know." What the fuck in this text message proves your point at all? This actually fucking discredits your point. This literally completely contradicts what you said in your own video just a few days ago. So in the video 2 days ago when she hopped on stream explaining this whole situation, she claimed that after this had happened, the next following days she felt so sad and she felt so mad and just disgusted at what happened that night. So if you were that sad and so disgusted the following days, why were you talking in such a playful, kind manner in these text messages with emojis and shit, fucking ton out and all that? Why were you so playful when talking about this if you were so disgusted and sad? If you think this is actual evidence to prove your point, you're a fucking idiot, zombie unicorn, and this just proves that you're wrong, and you're desperate to find some evidence, so you're just scraping through your phone trying to find any text messages, and you just fucking contradicted yourself. Use your brain. And also, this completely lines up with how Syndicate described the story as well. Syndicate just described the story that they both agreed she would take the Plan B pill that following day after they had sex. So for her to inform Syndicate in these text messages that everything went fine, no babies, the Plan B worked, it completely lines up with Syndicate's story, that she was just fine, it was fucking accepted, and they agreed to do the Plan B pill. This is exactly why I made my video saying, hey, let's look at both sides before we jump to conclusions. So shout out to all the fucking people who jumped the gun. Once again, H3H3, constantly you keep fucking proving how unintelligent you are with these fucking bullshit stories. And also, shout out to all the dislikes that I got on my last video, because you guys are so fucking immature, you can't wait to see the other side. When she literally fucking contradicted herself in a tweet. I can't wait to see what you guys have to say this video. I can't wait to see what you guys fucking come up with. And also, I forgot to make this point. Shout out to everybody who was actually supporting that video and who was on my side and who actually could look at both sides of the situation. Even though there was hate, there was 10 times more support, so thank you guys. So yeah, I completely think Syndicate is in the clear, and it's terrible that this shit is still happening. This is just fucking ridiculous. And she makes these claims saying, oh, it's ridiculous how rape apologists are trying to discredit victims. Guess what? You just fucking followed up discrediting all actual victims in the future. This is how all these fucking people ruin these movements. The hashtag #MeToo movement is actually a good conversation to have and a good way for a woman to come up. But there's this huge population of people who fucking ruin the movement with their false allegations. So whenever anyone actually sees these allegations, they have to think twice and they can't actually take them seriously because there's so many boy cried wolf situations. It's pathetic and sad, and she probably just used this to revive her career. I really wanted to hold back on going in on her in my first video because this shit always comes up, that people are just trying to revive their career after some shit happens, so they make up some random bullshit. I really wanted to hold back on saying this, but now I can confirm that I can say whatever the fuck I want. That's all for today. Subscribe, like, do whatever you want. I'm actually disgusted. See you later. Peace.